You guys, we need to talk about JoJo Siwa because she's finally responding to all the criticism surrounding her JoJo Siwa cruise. For the past several days, people online have been sharing their opinions about the event, and while many attendees seemed to have an amazing time, there were definitely plenty of critics who had something to say. Now JoJo is speaking out, and she isn't holding back. Recently, the JoJo Siwa cruise became a huge topic across TikTok. Videos from passengers started going viral while the cruise was still taking place, and social media users quickly began reacting to everything they were seeing. One of the biggest surprises for many people wasn't the cruise itself, it was the age of the guests attending. A lot of people expected the event to be filled primarily with young children, but many of the passengers were actually adults. That immediately sparked a wave of commentary online, with people expressing shock that grown adults would spend money to attend a JoJo-themed cruise experience. For anyone who hasn't been following the story, JoJo announced late last year that she would be partnering with Royal Caribbean for a special fan cruise. The event took place from June 12th through June 15th aboard the Utopia of the Seas. Fans who booked the experience were able to participate in a variety of exclusive events, including meet and greets, Q&A sessions, dance parties, concerts, and more. Along with the JoJo-themed activities, guests also had access to everything the cruise ship normally offers. They could enjoy the amenities on board, explore different attractions, and even visit Royal Caribbean's private island destination, Coco Cay. As for the JoJo-specific events, there was a welcome celebration, a meet-and-greet experience, themed dance parties, the Infinity Heart concert at sea, a farewell gathering, and several surprise moments that JoJo planned throughout the 3-day trip. Guests also had access to limited edition merchandise that couldn't be purchased anywhere else, including collectible bows, clothing, and other exclusive items. Throughout the cruise, social media was flooded with videos from attendees. Most people appeared to be having a fantastic time with friends and fellow fans. Many of those attending had supported JoJo for years, dating all the way back to her Dance Moms era. Some people online pointed out that the age of the attendees actually made perfect sense. Many of JoJo's original supporters grew up alongside her. Since JoJo herself is now an adult, a large portion of her longtime fan base is also grown up. And unlike when they first became fans, they now have jobs, disposable income, and the ability to pay for experiences like this. Passengers reportedly spent thousands of dollars to be part of the cruise, and based on everything shared online, it looked like JoJo was making a genuine effort to give them an unforgettable experience. Rather than simply showing up for scheduled appearances and leaving, she seemed to spend a huge amount of time interacting with attendees. Videos showed her talking with fans, taking photos, participating in activities, and spending quality time with the people who had traveled to be there. It didn't come across as one of those situations where a celebrity is simply fulfilling contractual obligations. Instead, she appeared genuinely happy to be around her supporters and invested in making sure everyone enjoyed themselves. JoJo also shared content from the cruise on her own social media pages, posting photos and thanking attendees for being part of the event. At one point, she even encouraged passengers to share their favorite pictures from the trip, mentioning that seeing everyone's memories made her want to plan another cruise in the future. But despite all of that positivity, not everyone was impressed. Many people online simply couldn't understand the appeal of a JoJo Siwa cruise. Some questioned why anyone would spend money on the experience, while others specifically focused on the fact that so many adults were attending. People who posted videos from the cruise often found themselves facing criticism in their comments sections. Some commenters mocked the attendees and questioned whether they had ever done typical adult activities. Others acted as if enjoying a JoJo-themed vacation was somehow embarrassing. At the same time, there were plenty of people defending the passengers. Supporters argued that everyone seemed to be having fun, and that there was nothing wrong with spending money on an experience that brought happiness. Others pointed out that Royal Caribbean cruises are already considered enjoyable vacations, so combining that with a fan event centered around a celebrity they like made perfect sense. Still, critics continued to insist that they couldn't believe people were genuinely enjoying themselves. Some seemed completely unable to accept that JoJo's fan base extends beyond very young children. Eventually, the discussion expanded beyond TikTok and made its way onto commentary channels and podcasts. One particular show decided to weigh in on the situation, and their comments ended up catching JoJo's attention.
Congratulations to JoJo Siwa. She has sold out her JoJo Siwa cruise and it kicked off this week.
Good on her.
It's happening as we speak. Royal Caribbean had put it up or something, and it was like thousands of Seawinators to hit the sea, etc. And somebody had commented being like, thousands? I thought this was supposed to be an intimate JoJo Siwa cruise. So Thomas Global Media replied and said, yes, you are correct. There will be thousands on the ship and over 225 JoJo cruise passengers. This is a regular cruise ship. Are you aware of this?
Stop.
There are regular people on this cruise. Imagine you've put in all your leave at work. You're so excited to clock off and just enjoy some time aboard a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. And JoJo Siwa's there with all of her Seawinators.
Babe, I've worked 65 years. I've booked our retirement cruise. Woo! Honk honk. You're in your room. Ocean view. Calm as a bitch. I should have known better. What the fuck is that? People walking around with JoJo bows?
Yeah.
That's hell.
The segment was intended as comedy, but some of the jokes crossed a line for JoJo. Although the comments on the clip were eventually disabled, JoJo managed to see what was being said and decided to respond directly. In a lengthy reply, she made it clear that while she understands being a public figure means facing criticism, she wasn't okay with people insulting the fans who supported her. JoJo essentially said that commentators are free to criticize her all they want, but making fun of ordinary people who paid for an experience and were simply having fun was completely unnecessary. She argued that targeting her supporters was unfair and that those individuals didn't deserve to become the subject of online ridicule. She also expressed concern about the broader impact of that kind of commentary. According to JoJo, public criticism can affect people differently, and while she feels capable of handling negative attention herself, someone else might not react the same way. Her response made it clear that she felt a responsibility to defend her fan base. She wasn't upset about jokes directed toward her personally. Instead, she was frustrated that people who had spent their own money to attend an event they enjoyed were being mocked simply for having different interests. JoJo's message was firm, emotional, and unapologetic. She stood by the people who supported her and made it clear that she wasn't willing to stay silent when they became the target of criticism. Looking at everything that happened, it's interesting because the actual cruise itself doesn't seem to have caused problems for anyone on board. Despite the concerns people initially expressed online, there weren't widespread complaints from regular passengers saying their vacations had been ruined. In fact, most of the content shared from the cruise suggested that everything remained fairly organized and separated. The JoJo-themed activities appeared to take place within designated events, while other guests were still free to enjoy the ship as usual. A lot of people who originally laughed at the concept ended up changing their opinions after seeing footage from the event. Instead of chaos, they saw enthusiastic fans having fun, participating in activities, and creating memories together. There were certainly children in attendance, but many guests were adults who simply enjoyed the experience. People dressed up, participated in themed events, attended concerts, and embraced the atmosphere without causing disruptions for others. Interestingly, by the end of the weekend, there seemed to be more people expressing FOMO than making fun of the event. Many viewers who initially mocked the cruise admitted that it actually looked surprisingly enjoyable. JoJo herself also appeared to earn respect from people who watched how involved she was throughout the trip. She could have easily limited her appearances to a few scheduled meet and greets before spending the rest of the cruise privately with friends and family. Instead, she seemed determined to maximize the experience for attendees. From concerts and dance parties to casual interactions and social media engagement, she appeared consistently present throughout the voyage. That level of involvement is something fans don't always get from celebrities, especially during paid experiences. Many people spend significant amounts of money to attend events only to receive a brief interaction before the celebrity disappears. In JoJo's case, attendees repeatedly shared stories about seeing her throughout the cruise, participating in activities, and genuinely engaging with the community she created on board. For fans who invested both time and money into attending, that kind of accessibility clearly meant a lot. Seeing themselves featured on her social media pages and having opportunities for real interaction added even more value to the experience. Because of that, it's understandable why JoJo felt protective of the people who attended. After spending days connecting with them, she wasn't interested in watching strangers online mock them for simply enjoying something that made them happy. Whether people personally understand the appeal of a JoJo Siwa cruise or not, the passengers who attended seemed satisfied with what they received. They got the vacation they paid for, spent time with fellow fans, and had direct access to someone they admire. And when criticism started targeting those fans, JoJo made it clear exactly where she stood. So that's everything surrounding the situation. JoJo has spoken out, defended her supporters, and responded directly to the people criticizing the cruise. Now the conversation has shifted from the event itself to the way fans are treated online. Let me know what you think about the entire situation. Do you believe the criticism was justified, or do you think people should simply let others enjoy what they enjoy? Share your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next one.